hospital to get me. And they told them that I decided that I would let them do the surgery. And they did surgery on me, ma'am. And I cried that whole morning when I woke up with staples in my chest.
Oh, no. Okay. What is your member ID number so I can look you up?
It'll be 526356586.
Okay, I'm sorry about all this. Can you tell me again?
5235. I'm sorry, 526356586. Sweetheart, you don't have to be sorry, sweetheart. It's just the sorry ass people. I hear your voice.
Right.
I hear the sympathy in your voice. I know you have love for another human being. They don't. And I'm like this here, ma'am. I was born with a hole in my heart and a heart murmur. I wasn't supposed to live past 5. Here I am, 44. I had a major car accident in 98 to put me in a wheelchair. And I am a happy person. My sunshine is my sunshine. They tried to make my sunshine stop, but they can't. It's mine. But, ma'am, I should not feel this bitter. I should not feel scared to call 911. I shouldn't have to bought me a truck just so I wouldn't have to call 911. I got to roll my wheelchair around in my apartment complex to get somebody to drive my truck to get me to the hospital when I need to go to the hospital, ma'am. And that is not something that people will want to do. Because 911 is there to help you. And 911 let me down from all segments of what 911 is for. From calling the police, to calling the fire department, to calling the ambulance. I've been messed over by all 3 segments. So, what do I do?
Right. No, I totally understand your frustration and how you're upset. Let's see. I'm trying to go through here and look at your...
No, take your time, sweetheart, because one thing, I'm not upset with you. I'm upset with the people that lead you to have to deal with people like me. And that ain't right, because they don't give y'all enough ammunition to deal with us. You see what I'm saying? Because the way that this works is not fair to your member, to me. If a paramedic got that much authority where they can just interrogate somebody for whatever reason that they want, where does it leave me? What they did to me the first time, March the 5th, on the side of that road for them 35 minutes, you just picture this. They came to my house at 8:40. I thought for sure I was all right because I had 4 paramedics in my house until I realized they was bickering about who was going to take me to the hospital. And when they was bickering about that, I knew that I was in a bad place. So I turned my smartphone on. After they got finished bickering about who was going to take me to the hospital, they asked me, where you want to go? I said, I want to go to a good hospital where I won't be treated bad at. So I told them that I wanted to go to Ben Taub's. The first thing the guy said was, why you want to go to Ben Taub's? We got West Houston right here. I said, man, I wouldn't go to West Houston if I was dying right now. I got 102 fever, an irregular heartbeat, and I'm sweating like a runaway slave, and you guys ain't got no heart monitors or none of that there when y'all came into my house. The dispatcher told y'all exactly what I called about, and they got peed off because I knew what I was talking about, ma'am. And when they told me, okay, sir, could you roll your wheelchair out to the stretcher? I wanted to know why they had 4 paramedics in my house and the stretcher was outside. So when I rolled out to the stretcher, these guys walked past me. And I said, oh, my God, if I don't get on the stretcher myself, I probably would never make it to the hospital. So I got on the stretcher myself, ma'am. And when I got on the stretcher myself, I caught a muscle spasm, and I almost fell off the stretcher. And I got on tape these guys laughed. I got it on tape, ma'am. They laughed.
Oh, no.
And then when I got into the ambulance, ma'am, the guys started tormenting me. And then one of the guys said something that made me say, enough is enough. He said, next stop, West Houston. And I said, man, you know I told y'all that I did not want to go to no West Houston. Bring me back to my house. The guys started moving the ambulance. I said, look here, man, I'm not talking to y'all or nothing. Bring me back to my house. They quiet. Steady driving. So now they start asking me questions. Now I ain't saying nothing now. I say, I'm not even going to talk to y'all. So they stops the ambulance. Turns the ambulance off. And chastised me in the back of the ambulance, letting me know one thing. If I die in the back of the ambulance, no one will investigate this at all, simply because of the fact that people die every second of a day not getting to the hospital in time.
Well, so that's not for them to.
Come on, ma'am, and it gets worse than that. They picked me up. They picked me up from my house They came to my house at 8:40. At 9:06 is when I started my smartphone. Do you know I ain't arrived at the hospital till 11:51, ma'am? So, dude, just imagine what I was going through on the side of the road with this ambulance turned off. And we both know what happens to an adult when they leave kids in a car and run inside a store just to get something, and they won't get the kids out because it will inconvenience them. How about it being done on purpose, ma'am? That's what I'm wanting people to understand. This was done on purpose. This wasn't these guys' first time doing this, ma'am. They done did this before. So how many people did this till and they didn't make it to the hospital? You see what I'm saying, man? And then the icing on the cake with this here was when they saw that this wasn't going to kill me, when they decided they were going to move that ambulance again, they didn't just run through one red light with the sirens on. They ran through 4 red lights with the sirens on. And when they ran through the first red light with the sirens on, I told them, why is y'all running through red lights enough to kill somebody when y'all done already killed me on the side of the road 10 minutes ago?
Right.
And I'm serious, man. I'm serious, man. I love you for the compassion that you have in your heart, and I can't live there and say everybody is like these bad paramedics, but I can't live there and give them no pass neither. And then for these guys to do it for a second time, man, I am scared to death because we all know what happens when it happens for a third time. 3 strikes, you out, baby. 3 strikes, you out. And I ain't trying to get no more strikes because if it was left up to me, when those people call 911 for me falling out of my wheelchair and hitting my head on the floor in GameStop, if it was up to me, I wouldn't have had them call 911. I would have told them to call somebody to come bring me to the hospital because I wouldn't have wanted to deal with the paramedics. And that guy that did me that for the second time, that told me I was as fucked up as they come, and I'm a piece of work. And then at the end of that death, my tape had done ran out, but he said this to me, and I remember this too. He said, that's all y'all niggas want to do is take drugs and want to sleep afterwards. I said, excuse me? He said, oh, you're up now, huh? You're responding to that, huh? No. And all I could do was be quiet, man, because I knew I was in a serious bad place.
Right. Oh, sir, I wish,
I feel you, baby. I feel you.
All I can do on my end is file the complaint.
Yes, ma'am. I know.
And then,
I know, ma'am. I know.
Because I do see here someone, you back about the complaint. Is that correct?
I never talked to one. They called me back. They left a message on the answer service, and then I called back to you guys and left a message on their answer service, and still ain't getting no call back.
Okay, and that was on the 5th of November?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause like I said, sweetheart, it's only so much you can do, baby girl. It's only so much you can do.
I wish I could do more for you. I really do.
Yes, ma'am. Like I said,
I'm sorry that you're treated that way, and you shouldn't. And you sound like you're a great person.
Oh, girlfriend,
Unfortunately, there's lots of really cruel people in this world.
Oh yeah. But like I told them, they got an answer to that. They got an answer to that. Just like with the nurse.
Yes, sir, they do.
Just like with the nurse that when I was in the hospital about 4 months ago, I was in the hospital and they were sending me home, and I told them, I said, hold on, this will be y'all second time sending me home. All I ask is y'all take that thing and stick it down my nose into my stomach, and if nothing don't come out of that hose when you stick it down my nose and into my stomach, I will go home, and I will suffer at my house, feeling like I'm feeling. But I'm letting y'all know this here, something bad is going on inside of my stomach. So when the guy said, okay, we can't give you that system because that system got to be put in your nose by one of my technicians. And then the lady snookered. I said, yes, ma'am, I see why you're snookering because I remember you. You put that tube down my nose without spray and the lubrication in my nose or in my mouth. You took that tube down. You took that tube and stuck it down my nose through my throat without the lubrication, and it was raw. And you left every part of my nose cavity and my throat cavity raw. It was hurting all that week after you did that. But yeah, you can put your head down now, but you got to answer to that, baby girl. You got to answer to that death. But I'm willing to take that death simply because of the fact that something wrong is going on in my stomach, and I'm not going nowhere until somebody see what's going wrong in my stomach. And do you know when they stuck that tube down in my throat, they got out 2 liters of fetal mass where my stomach had backed up into itself, man.
Oh my goodness.
And they had already sent me home twice with my stomach doing that. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
And they said, when that happens, it looked like you're constipated. I'm like, yeah, you can tell me that because I wouldn't know no better. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
Well, they're the ones that need it figured out. So,
come on, sweetheart.
Okay.
So like I said, I'm gonna let you finish doing what you gotta do. So like I'm saying to you, sweetheart, I just want to live, sweetheart. If I wouldn't be calling you guys up and complaining on the people that's supposed to help me live, but it's not. They're hindering me. They're not doing their jobs, all because I've been like this since '98, sweetheart. I know my body. If I tell you this is what's going on, this is what's going on. But doctors do not like for a patient to tell them nothing. Nothing.
Right.
Nothing. Because soon as they shut down, you done. You heard me? You done. Because when they say something, it goes just like they say. But
right.
It is what it is. We'll do what you can do for me so I can make this complaint because something got to be done. And I'm like, I'm totally fed up because from March the 5th to now, and then August the 27th, and then now, nobody's caring because don't nobody get dealt with at all, dealing with the police, dealing with the ambulance drivers. These people supposed to be to protect and serve us, sweetheart, to protect and serve us. We shouldn't be afraid to be around them. They should be afraid to be around us because we report when they get fired. But they know that that'll never happen. They know that. And that is not good at all. Because just like when I talk to investigative internal affairs, I told them, I said, if y'all allow the paramedics to do like the police, what's next? What is next? And it's still to no avail. And I done talked to